Well, lots of smiles around here today. This is launch day for us. Our press release went out this morning, and the word is starting to get out. So I typically, as you know, I start these Thursday weekly collaborative calls with the three things that are going on. What am I jazzed about? What am I learning, and what are we working on? And so today I'm obviously jazzed about getting the collaborative launched and out to the world. I have no doubt that we're going to have a major impact on healthcare with the obvious contributions of all the experts and coaches and mentors that we're already getting in the collaborative and adding more and more every day. So it's just extremely exciting. We've been working hard to put this together, and have gotten great advice and input from the folks in our community, and I know it's only going to get better. I want to stop for just a second and acknowledge somebody. Any time you put together a successful organization, there are always people that have the vision, and there are always people that make that vision work. And I know he doesn't like the accolades, and never goes after the. There he goes. But I've been working with Charles for since 2001 on a whole variety of things, and I just got to say, there's I've said this before. I know no more brilliant business strategist and more brilliant technologist than Charles. And 90% of what you see happening in the collaborative is because he put that machinery in place. I may have had the idea, and I may be out there stirring up the mentors and experts in the collaborative, but this man makes it work, and that's what has been our working relationship since 2001. So just want to give a nod to Charles this morning. Great guy. So what am I learning? Every day that goes by, it just amazes me. The new content that I'm seeing out there, the new ways people are thinking about things in healthcare, and how you all are driving forward with your disciplines in really amazing ways. I mean, there's the people that have arrived here have come because they want to change things in the way that healthcare operates. They want to, get us past this pharmaceutical-centric health environment that we've been in for the last 60 or 70 years, and have had their own vision for how to do that in their own personal careers and in their practices and in their work with patients. And that's why we created this thing. And it blows my mind to see the kinds of new work that's going out there. And I just, now that we've launched the collaborative and we're going to get more and more people out there, I'm just chomping at the bit to see what happens from there. And then what are we working on? Obviously, we've been working to get the platform done and buttoned down, and working so that it can be as efficient and as seamless as possible for you all, so that you can have your brilliance out there, not get bogged down in the technology, but be able to share what you know and what you're learning with other people, and growing it. So we're kicking off. We kicked off today with the press release that I shared out in the collaborative. The start of a 15-day marketing campaign that's going to go out to a whole lot of people. I mean, we've got a massive database of what I think is the largest database of functional, integrative, and lifestyle medicine practitioners in the country. They're certainly going to hear about it very shortly. We've also got an aggressive inbound marketing campaign we're doing out across social media We've got, again, huge contact base out there as well as another press release coming in the next few weeks. So over the next 14 days, 15 days, I'll be sharing with you ways that you can participate in that as well, because we all benefit from having more and more people in this community, whether they end up being, colleagues in business with you, clients if you're coaching or consulting them, or clients or customers if you're having workshops or courses like the one that Dr. Dunn just launched and is starting on the 15th of October. So just a ton of opportunity to share knowledge and grow your career, and frankly have another stream of income. I think these are the days of multiple streams of income for everybody. So this is a value-based platform that's worth your time and effort and the commensurate compensation that goes along with that. So that's all I wanted to kind of kick off. I'm interested in one of our new members who we've seen out in the collaborative but haven't seen live yet. So Rachel, I'd love to hear a little bit about you, what brought you here, and any questions that you might have about what we're doing.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me, and congrats on the launch too. It's very exciting. I'm really excited to be a part of it. So my name is Rachel Rotabi. I'm a functional health coach. So I have certifications in nutrition coaching and personal training, and also functional medicine. I'm finishing my case study to finalize. I've done 2 full years of school with the School of Applied Functional Medicine, and I'm working on my case submission right now. So
great, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been so amazing just to learn so much about all of the things functional medicine. So, and I was invited by Joe Coburn, Richard, to the group, who I think is one of the experts as far as health coaching goes. Mm-hmm. Also, in my practice too, I do collaborate quite a bit with a local functional medicine doctor here, which is really a great kind of partnership, I think, because she's able to order a lot of labs for me as a licensed doctor, and she's an internal medicine doctor also. And I'm able to help her patients with improved compliance with a lot of the lifestyle things like, the gluten and dairy-free diet and all of that type of stuff. Sorry, it's my daughter. She's here homeschooling right now. So yeah, I don't know. Does that answer your question, Richard?
Yeah, that is so great. I'm really excited about that. That gives us an opportunity to talk about communities of practice within the collaborative. So the way we've organized this, and you may know this already, Joe Coburn has agreed to moderate our health coaches community of practice. So we've set it up so that regardless of what kind of interest you have or discipline you're in or whatever, you can join these groups and discuss, among you the challenges of your profession, and then bring those things out into the broader community and get the word out. And, Joe has, in the few, I guess, a month or so that I've been talking with her, she's helped us learn a lot about the role of health coaches and really, already taught us a lot about the challenges that you face in working with practices. And so we're really excited about her group and what you're all going to be doing there, and then bringing out to the broader community. So that's very exciting. I might introduce you while we're on it. I might introduce you to a couple other people that are on the call. Dr. Dunn, Dr. is one of the top, if not the top, epigenetics specialists in the country. Has a company called My Happy Genes that does testing and reporting, and then she's got an education company called Holistic Methylation, and so she trains physicians on what she's learned over the last 20 years in the work that she does. So and she's part of the, you'll see her, part of the press release that we just put out. One of our early mentors, huge contributor to what we've got in here so far. And she has her own section down in the resource area. So, a great kind of example of how people can come in and, you know, build out, utilize this as a platform for their own education, for sharing knowledge with others, for you know, dividing, you know, sorry, my computer started to do a scan on itself. I gotta stop this for a second. You know, just as a community to you know, raise the, you know, knowledge. Hi, Ralda.
Hi.
And you know, just, I mean, we're here for three purposes really: help people with their careers, help people with their practices, and you know, elevate the efficacy of solutions for patients. So it's very exciting. Robin Stewart is also on here. She's my business partner in a company called Mind Body Talent. She does recruitment. She has recruitment and placement services. She leads the team of recruiters that help find practitioners for holistic healthcare practices, functional, integrative, and lifestyle medicine. So, she's a massive resource on here as well, and so yeah, it's exciting times.
Welcome, Rachel. It's nice to kind of meet you.
Thanks so much. Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. And I haven't, had a chance, Ralda, I listened to a call that you were on with Joe, but I haven't had a chance to meet you yet either. Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you too. Welcome.
Yeah, well, we were just talking about the health coaches group that you and Joe are moderating, and very excited about where that's going to go. And,
yes, I'm sorry to be late. I was on the phone with a client, so I ran a little late. I apologize for that.
Oh, never have to apologize for spending time with a patient or client. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Holly, it's nice to meet you. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Hi,
It's nice to meet
Ralda.
you.
Hi, Holly. How are you?
Good, how are you? And
Good.
Rachel, I think we've met. Have we met?
Yeah, we were in SAFM, I think, together for our first semester. Is that right?
Yes, that's where it was.
For my first semester.
Reunion.
Yeah.
It's an invasion
This
by
is
the
great.
FM.
So I was just walking people through what we're doing. I mean, today obviously it's a big day for us. It was our launch day. We put our press release out. That was kind of the first shot across the bow of a big marketing campaign we're doing for the next few weeks to get the word out, and we'll share information with you about how you can participate out in that as well in social media and in however you communicate with whatever your tribe is. But you know, we're going to grow this into. It's already off to a great start, and we're going to grow it into a community that's really got a ton of impact on healthcare.
Great.
Barbara,
Yeah.
it's nice to see you on here as well. Can you give us a little background on what brought you here? Barbara?
Sounds like she's turning right.
Oh, she's turning, she's, or left.
No, we turn right.
Tell the difference in the sound.
And you know, these are just meant to be, you know, quick weekly calls to talk about what anybody wants to talk about or answer any questions about what we're doing in our future. Anybody have any thoughts or anything you want to know?
Does anybody have any technical questions or things that are going bump in the night as you're trying to use the environment that are fresh in top of your mind? If you do, just share them right out so I can hear them.
Well, the platform is Mighty Mites, and there was another woman who had another group thing going on Mighty Mites, Jennifer Savage, and so I have this and that on Mighty Mites, so I'm able to switch back and forth.
You're saying the Mighty Network platform?
Yeah, the Mighty Network platform.
And when you're switching back and forth, you're using the mobile device, switch networks?
Yeah, it's easier to do it on the mobile device than it is on my hard drive on my
Yeah.
computer.
It doesn't work so well on the computer. You have to have separate tabs open, yeah.
Well, yeah, thank you for confirming that.
Yeah.
That was my experience.
Yeah, it is. The mobile app, if you folks haven't tried it out yet, is kind of nice. And there's an Android version and there's an iOS version, and everything we do in here. So we're constantly building things inside the desktop environment and using color schemes and imagery and so forth and so on. And then I open it up on the mobile device on my desk and I go, it's horrible. And I have to go redo it all over again. So, but if you do have a chance and you're out and about, it's fun to use. I mean, do you use it? It sounds like you use it often, Holly. Once or twice a week, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how much activity there is.
Yep. Okay. Great.
I put the little star before my name. And what's the medallion after the name?
After the name, I noticed that you do have the badge, the practice expert badge before your name, which is the green star. But after the name, I don't know what that one is. Are you thinking maybe someone like Dr. Dunn, who has both the green star and then the circle M for the mentor?
Well, Ralda and Joe, I think each have, it's like a medallion after.
I'm gonna look at that right now because that's all new to me. But
While Charles is looking at it, I just want to, the mobile app, I found to be phenomenal. I'm on this, I'm bouncing back and forth between mobile and the desktop literally every day, and it's so seamless and easy. We just love this platform as a way to, to build out this community that we're after. So,
I see what you're saying, Holly. Like right after Ralda's name and other people's name, you're seeing a badge like bronze or silver or something like that. Okay. Yeah. So those are called ambassador badges. And what basically happens is as you begin to invite people to the collaborative using the invite button, which will be visible to you when you're logged in, you're effectively sending off a message from inside the collaborative.
Okay, because I invited Joe and Ralda, but I didn't do it through the app. I did it like verbally.
Yeah. So the answer, the bottom line is whenever you use the invite button, whether you're using your desktop computer or whether you're using the mobile app, when you use that invite button, the system is keeping track of that you are the host of that invitation. And as people accept that invitation and come in, after you receive one or two folks accepting, you then start getting badges and going up. And then we'll send you a Starbucks card or some other kinds of wonderful things that you might like.
The other thing, thanks, Charles. The other thing I wanted to mention is that we also entered a new month, and we have monthly themes that serve as containers for our discussions throughout the month. So, I mean, you can certainly talk about any discipline or any therapeutic area or really any subject in the collaborative, but we've chosen monthly themes to be able to give some structure to these conversations as well. And the theme for this month is your journey in holistic healthcare. So if you've seen the topics on the main home page, there are 4 topics. One is your journey into holistic healthcare. One is disease areas and chronic illnesses, the problems that patients are having. One are the therapeutic modalities. And then the 4th one is your practice optimization, helping to ensure that your practice is running as efficiently and effectively as possible. So we'll be working on a monthly basis. We'll be working through those topics. And I really thought that starting with this thing of your journey to holistic healthcare would be a good place to start while we're launching the collaborative, because everyone is coming from a different place. Some people may have been in conventional medicine for 20 years, and they've come to the realization that perhaps functional integrative or lifestyle medicine might be a better solution path for their patients. So they may be starting there. Maybe a freshly minted chiropractor who just came out of school, who's looking to determine where their career is going. Maybe somebody who just got into health coaching. So the point of this is that wherever anybody is in that journey, we're meeting them where they are, and then surrounding them with a community of experts to help navigate them forward, whether that's in a disease area or whether it's in just questions about how do I build my practice, or how do I make money if I'm switching over from conventional medicine where insurance is how people get compensated, or and now I'm switching over to perhaps models that are cash pay or a subscription-based membership model for a practice. So regardless of what those questions are, regardless of where you're in your career, this community was developed to kind of, again, surround you with the resources of people who have been there and been down that path and can guide you into the future. And then there are like visionaries like Dr. Dunn, who is charting out the very front end of where genetics-based healthcare is going. So it's just, to me, it's a really amazing opportunity to rub elbows with people that you wouldn't necessarily even, meet or have a chance to spend time with. And here they are in our community. So look for, as the month plays out, look for things that come along on a weekly basis within that category of that theme about your journey, and lend your voice into it. If you've got some experience that can help people, in their journey, wherever they are, just pipe in. I've been excited to see that people aren't shy in this environment, either on our calls or out in the dialogue areas of the collaborative. So any questions about that or that direction?
Oh, I have a question. So I'm really excited to see so many health coaches here. It's such a missing piece of what I see every day, but I'm seeing more and more coming into practices and working in collaboration with some providers in the area. So if one or all of you can talk to us a little bit about how you're expanding your reach to procure new business, and how are you getting yourself, advertised or networked into some of these practices to let your profession be more well known. Because I know what you do, and you know what you do. So share with us a little bit about how you're communicating that to other people.
I have been doing I've been doing in-person workshops at local community education department for probably 4 years. But this year, and I usually do them in person, because of COVID, I'm doing them online. And I have new workshops that I'm developing now. I always did tapping, emotional freedom technique. Probably 6 times a year I teach that. Now I'm teaching a class called Your Healthiest You, where I talk about motility, stomach acid, eating hygiene, sleep hygiene, anxiety, just basic stuff that people don't know. I'm doing another one on allergies versus food sensitivities, and another one on boosting the immune system. I do Facebook Lives, and that's how I've been outreaching. Plus, I'm in a number of networking groups.
That's great.
So I do all of those things.
That's awesome.
It's not always enough.
I know.
It's
I know.
tough.
So do you have a, I guess, a primary clinician or provider that you work with routinely to collaborate with patient care?
No, but I would like to.
Okay. Where are you located, Holly?
I'm in Needham, Massachusetts, so just outside of Boston.
Okay. Is that near the Rothfeld Center?
Yes, and Sarah, I can't remember her last name.
Raimundo.
No, there's a group in Boston called the Greater Boston Functional Medicine.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about? And do you-
I don't, but I'm familiar with the Rothfeld Center.
Thank you, Charles. It used to meet before COVID quarterly at a compounding pharmacy, and usually one of the supplement representatives hosts and somebody speaks, and usually every quarter.
Okay.
That's another, it's just a networking. Somebody from the Rothfield Center, is that in Dedham, Mass?
It's in, hold on, it'll come to me. You said you're in Needham?
I'm in Needham.
Needham, okay.
Dedham.
Well,
Is that anywhere near Northampton?
outside of Boston.
Is it near Northampton?
I'm gonna look it up. There was somebody.
Because I have a practitioner in Northampton in Massachusetts who's great. If you're interested in epigenetics at all.
I'm focusing on women's health, gut health. I'm going to tell you who it was that I texted. She posted it on our Sarah Brine. Do you know who she is?
No. Mm-mm.
She posted something on the Greater Boston Functional Medicine group that they were looking for a physician. And I texted her on Facebook and she said they weren't hiring health coaches.
The Greater Boston Functional Medicine, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an organization, like I paid to be a member,
Mhm.
and they also have a Facebook group.
Got it.
I'm looking for the post.
Rhoda, while Holly's looking for that, would you mind talking to us a little bit about some of the things that you and Joe are thinking about in the organization of your group, since we've got other health coaches on here?
Yes, sure. I mean, we were thinking about like creating some kind of we want to influence the main healthcare with kind of certain program that we are like still discussing with other coaches how we're gonna do that. So it's like kind of creating a platform for the physician, and for also like organization, doesn't have to be just physician. So this is like, we're gonna start like type of Q&A, like creating question and answer for people. And we're gonna post that on social media, Facebook, Instagram, any other social media by us and different kind of coaches who want to join us, and like educating the public and answering their question with different type of subjects, like example, women health, gut disease, cardiovascular disease, multiple type of diseases. So we're gonna start that way until we establish like a funnel of customers and create program through that. We're still in the beginning, but we are in the process of certain coaches are interested of doing that with us. So if anybody interested to elaborate more, we are meeting this afternoon at 3 o'clock. I could invite anyone who's interested as well to discuss more about this, platform we're gonna create. So it's exciting. So we're looking forward to it.
Wow, that is very exciting.
Yes.
I'm gonna, I found it. It's Sarah Brine.
Okay.
She owns a holistic primary care practice in Norwood, Root Family Medicine, and she put a description on the post, but that I just shared with you the information.
Thank you.
So I would love to be connected with a practitioner where we're doing referrals. That would be an ultimate amazing goal of mine.
Okay, great, Holly. I will send you the link and join us today at 3 o'clock at Zoom also, if you are available.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Rhoda, if you wouldn't mind sending me that link as well, I've got a lot going on today, but I'd love to just be on the fly on the wall just to hear what you're doing. If you wouldn't
Oh,
mind
you'd like
that.
to join us? Sure, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so Joel sent the link. I'll forward the link to both of you. So to join
Okay.
us at 3
Yeah.
o'clock today.
I was gonna say, I don't know where, I get inundated with email. Of course, if something came from Joe, I would notice it, but I don't have it on my calendar.
We just started last week, so it's something pretty new. So kind of we're still like in a process of like even changing and exchanging ideas and listening from the coaches what their experiences as well. And we also talk about, you know, with professionals. I spoke with my lawyer last week, and we have some kind, you know, of how to start the business online is not like black and white. You have to create funnel first and go through, you know, educating the public and attract many people before go ahead and creating like big program that people gonna be part of it. So it's required some work, and we, you know, it's in the beginning, it's gonna be like kind of the love of helping others. So so each one of us will create some kind of material that they feel comfortable that we could put together as well. So we will talk more in detail at 3 o'clock, Holly, and you will know more.
Yeah, send me the link.
Yeah, I will. I have to, you know, check where I put it. So many emails now.
So Barbara, I saw you pop in as well. Any thoughts or questions from you before we sign off today?
No, I'm just, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, because sometimes I have problems sometimes on my computer with the audio portion of the Zoom calls, but it's working.
That sounds very clear.
I don't know that I have any more. I mean, I'm kind of, I guess, in the same general area with Holly, where I'm doing a lot of things on my own, but I'm trying to collaborate and get involved with physician practices that are like-minded. Or, I mean, I actually had connected with a primary care doctor who was also open-minded and, you know, wanted to refer patients to me. I've had a little trouble connecting with her since COVID, but I got involved with, we have a local functional medicine meetup networking group that I got involved with probably about a year and a half ago, and we would meet monthly, and they weren't doing what the James Masco, what he was doing. They decided to do more of a focus on local practitioners. And it was a way where each month we would have a meeting and there'd be somebody local that would speak on a topic. And it was great because I had a chance to network and really meet chiropractors and functional medicine doctors. And a lot of, there were people who would be doing different types of therapy and Reiki. And I mean, it was a collaboration. There was health coaches in there. It was a nice mix group of people. And then when COVID hit, they started to do some of it online through the Zoom. And then I think that's sort of where it kind of lost a lot of steam. And I think people really were, you know, we weren't able to connect as well. And I think people started to lose interest. And so I'm actually going to be meeting next week with two physicians. One was she was one of the organizers. She does a lot of work with women's health and hormones. which is part of what I'm interested in, perimenopausal, menopausal women, their health issues. And actually I have a friend of mine she is a gynecology oncologist. We've just known each other for a really long time, but has tried a few times, although has gotten some resistance back from the hospital network she works with, on doing a lot of mind-body integration into the cancer treatments that she does. And I kind of connected her in with our functional medicine group. And so I'm hoping to be able to establish some local connection there. And I don't know what's going to come of it. We're going to meet next week and see if we can start to integrate some programs of some sort and kind of get things going. One of the thoughts I had was I felt as though the meetups were great for people to learn what everybody else was doing. But I got the sense that not a lot of people were really actually getting together and getting this information out to the public, because the meetup groups were limited to the physicians, or not physicians, but I mean people who were practitioners.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like it was great to network and get to know people, but it didn't seem as though, other than that one time a month, that people were really following up and putting things into action that were actually going to help clients and patients. That's sort of where what I want to discuss with these two doctors is actually getting to that next step, where it's great to know this person, all these people who are local, who are doing things, but then everybody would kind of go their own way, and then we'd meet next month and everybody would go their own way. And the idea, of course, is to collaborate. And I'm trying to figure out how to take this group, or at least a small group, and get people connected to actually to the public, to the people who actually need the information that we have to offer.
You know, I'm delighted that you said that, because that's exactly what we built into this platform to enable that to happen, to not just have great conversations like you can sometimes have out in Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups or other kind of networking things, but to take those things into action and projects and things that go out and ultimately reach the patient. And that's why we organize this around what we call communities of practice. And a community of practice could be as large as cancer, or it could be as small as a specific patient care protocol on something that's happening. So yeah, that's the whole intent here, is not just to, have great information and great conversation and networking, but to make that networking actionable in things that help careers and practices and the outcomes of patients. So really excited to see where that goes. Dr. Dunn, any thoughts from you before we sign off today?
No, not really. I just, one curiosity is where do you send the press releases when you release them?
Oh, me? So I've used a bunch of different ones. The one I used this time was EIN Presswire. It's a service that gives you a lot of great flexibility and allows you to pick groups, and it's kind of less expensive than some of the older traditional Presswire things. But I've used them for my last 4 or 5 press releases and really loved them.
Okay.
By the way, that press release was already picked up by a network. So if you want to go out and Google it, just Practice Experts Collaborative, find, I can't remember which news station picked it up, but if you share that with your network too, that would be really helpful.
And I was looking at the holistic methylation practitioners piece on the website there, and I didn't know quite, it said it's coming soon. Is there anything I need to do on that, or can I start something there, or what do I do about that?
In your group in the resource area?
Yeah.
Yeah. that's really up to you and Susan. You're the moderators of that group, so it's really, up to you, and, work with Charles on however you want that framed up, and kind of in the same way that we've been working on your My Happy Genes area.
Okay, it didn't look like I could do anything in there, like it's coming soon, it said, and it doesn't look like I could do much with it yet, or?
We can yeah, if you're formally accepting to be the moderator, then I'll switch things on for you. We didn't want to, presume
Okay.
that you were just automatically in on that. I know that you do have a program going on over on Facebook, and if you want, we can flip that on for you, so you can go in as a moderator, and then in the event you're interested in promoting that environment to your Facebook community as an alternative or an add-on or whatever the case may be, we do have a document entitled How to Move Your Group from Facebook
Perfect.
to the Collaborative, and you may wish to use that for some guidance, as well as us.
Yeah, I really do want to do that. There are a lot of people that won't join that group because it's on Facebook. So it's like,
Understood.
I'd like to
you're ready for something
share,
private.
I'd like to share the Greater Boston Functional Medicine Group. If they can move it to here, you mean to move it to the Collaborative?
Yes, so Holly, did you see that in the resources area, there is a community of practice called the Functional Medicine Practitioners? Did you notice that?
Yeah, I think I joined it.
Okay, yeah, you may have requested to join, that's fine. There's, I don't believe, I haven't seen, Richard hasn't instructed me to do anything there, but I think once we have an established moderator for a group, which is important first step, then the moderator starts pulling in people who have shown interest, such as yourself. And then if you like, yes, that's an environment where kind of geographic specific groups like Boston can be invited in so that that group itself becomes larger. And, you can have kind of like sub-tribes or whatever you want within there. But so just let us know if in fact you want to have a moderator type of a administrative role. If not, then we need to kind of wait, I think, until we get someone in there, so we don't open it up and it's just nobody doing anything. You know what I mean?
Ali, if you'd like to connect me with somebody in that, I don't know if it's Sarah Bryan or if you'd like to connect me with somebody, I'd be happy to kind of talk to them about that, because that's what I'm spending a big portion of my days is going out to different groups like that and letting them know about the community and
Yeah,
bringing them in.
they have a website also. So if you look on the website, Greater Boston Functional Medicine,
Okay.
there's 372 people in this group. But I agree, there's got to be somebody running the group.
Right.
There's 3 moderators, and it's actually a nonprofit organization, and it always meets at the compounding center in Waltham. So it's a compounding pharmacy.
So they have geographic relationship to one another for community and so forth, which is great. I mean, one of the challenges will be in any of the communities of practice areas that we have set up inside the resources environment, is that they sit inside a subscription-based network, the Practice Experts Collaborative. And the reason for that is we're all looking for serious practitioners who are in this as their livelihood, and it helps to to keep away the folks that just sign up for something and never come back again. You know what I mean? Sometimes those groups will have a little bit of cultural difficulty moving from a free environment to an environment like this. But as Richard said, we're happy to talk to all folks, let them know that the resource is available, and see what they think. See what they say.
Richard, are you going to reach
No,
out to
go
them?
on.
Sorry, what?
Did you say you were going to reach out to them?
Yes, I'll reach out to them. Anybody specific that you know I should talk to? I can get that. I mean, I don't know if you had an active relationship with somebody there, but I can definitely reach out.
The two admins are Gary Krakoff and Tamara Luck on this group. And maybe
Okay.
maybe it's illegal for me to be sharing information about the group.
No, I'll reach out for sure.
Let
I'll
me-
find them.
Dr. Dunn, were you trying to say something?
Yeah, so Charles, you're going to send me that one-page document, and I think, and the other question was, this is maybe a Facebook question. It seems like, you know, when you send out a post in Facebook, it only reaches like a small percentage of your group. But I assume in here that it really reaches everybody that's in your group. They'll all get the posts. Is that true?
It does, and the only caveat to that is everyone within the collaborative has their own personal settings where your image is located, and you click and you get your drop-down menu, and there's something called notifications which they can go into, and they can customize as they see fit. So, which we have no access to. So, but otherwise they're all switched on by default.
Okay. And you have that document you said, or is it on the site somewhere?
No, I'll post it to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you for joining us today, especially on this day when we were so excited about launching the community. I'm looking forward to seeing what brilliance comes out of you in the days and weeks and months ahead.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye, everybody. Nice to
Bye,
meet you.
everyone.
Talk to you
Nice to
soon.
see everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, Dr. Dunn.
Congratulations. Okay.
Bye.